Cool, is chat live? Last time there was a problem. What is this now? Oh, that's cool. Okay, cool. And no need for this. Should I try this super chat thing? YouTube's asking me to try some super chat thing. Okay. Okay, let's try this. Super chat. What is it? Light blue. Set a timer. I've never tried this. Share how you'll celebrate. Um, I don't know. Chuck it. Whatever. I won't do this. Hey Pradeek, hi, how are you? Hi Akshay. Nice to see you guys. What is up? Middle of the week live today because I have time to do one. So I said, why not? And I was toying with the idea of making this a short live, but somehow I've not been able to do anything less than. I think my shortest live was 1 hour 20, 1 hour 20 minutes. I don't think I'm capable of. Anirban, hi, what's up? I don't think I'm capable of having lives anything like half an hour and so on. It's almost impossible for me to do. What was my shortest live? Let me see. View live. 1 hour 26, 1 hour 33, 1 hour 22, 1 hour 45, 2 hours. Oh, damn, I've done 2 hours. 1 hour 43, 1 hour 37, 1 hour 54, 1 hour 31, 1 hour 28. Yeah, everything's like technically an hour and a half. My shortest one was 10 minutes, but there was a technical glitch. So that's why it was so short. But yeah, about 1.5 hours. But anyway, I'm hoping a whole bunch of the regular guys come in, and I've got like a bit of a kind of an announcement that I wanted to share with you guys. Yeah, all good, man. Anirban, what's up? Suraj, hi. I have not got. Oh wait, hang on. Celeste, what did I did review a Canary? No, that was a Celeste review. That's the Rue is a entry level sort of IEM. So I've not tested the one you were asking about, the Abyss. I have not tested the Abyss, so I can't really comment on that. I don't want to, but I did like the Rue. Considering it's a very affordable sort of IEM, I think that was around $1,000 worth or something like that. Nice little IEM, nicely made for the price. Um, do I remember how it sounded? Not really. It didn't leave a lasting impression. Most affordable IEMs now are very similar, so it was all right. Moving on. Isaac, hi. What's up, Isaac? Glad I can spread happiness, man. That's the whole point. Can you suggest me under 2500? IEM. Okay, Akshay. AKG. AKG N400. Let me check. Suraj, let me just get back to you. AKG. What did you say? N400. I didn't know AKG has gotten into. Is AKG a part of the Harman group? If it is, I might be able to. Yes, they are part of the Harman group. I'll try and get my hands on it. Let's see. Uh, cool. Harman group. Cool. I think you remember complaining about the fit of the cadenzas. I researched a bit, settled on the Tangent one. Okay, it's coming tomorrow. Yeah, let me know how the tangent treats you. I remember I did recommend the cadenza to you. It's a nice set, but yeah, I suppose fit can be an issue. Suraj, you were talking about 2500. I'd say um, stretch 500 bucks more, get the cadenza. It's a nice sounding set, but if you have small ears like Isaac here has, he had a problem with the fit. That is a factor. You want to make sure that you don't have very small ears. If you have small ears, the cadenza could be a problem, but it's genuinely a very nice sounding set of IEMs at the 29.99 price range. I think it's a perfect amount of sparkle and lower frequencies and separation in the mids. I'd say it can stand up to things in the 6 to 8K price range maybe. So it's super value for money if you do stretch a bit. XM6, Anik, hi. I don't have an opinion on the XM6. The last Sony set of headphones that I tested were my own. I got the Sony XM4s years ago, and if you must know, I've been trying for a long time to get in touch with Sony. I kind of did manage to go to one of their showrooms because I was really being very persistent about reviewing their stuff. I did spend one Saturday. I made time and went and reviewed the C500 and something else. I forget which one. But that was in their showroom because I really pushed. I have since, I think, met one of them, one of their representatives, and I don't know. They seem like a brand who wants to only cater to people who got a lot of subs and a lot of views. I guess they just want the numbers, I guess, because that moves more product. So I have since stopped trying to get in touch with Sony because it's been an uphill battle for no reason really. If they've not said no, they've not said yes. So how long can you really go on? But yeah, I mean, I expect the XM6 to be uh, reasonably good. The XM3 onwards, for that matter, even their first gen XM1, XM2, XM3s were all superb. The XM4 is a good hybrid of all of those. The XM5, I think a lot of people didn't like because it didn't collapse in on itself for storage. It was like the N700 from Bose, so it just pivoted inward, the ear cups. The XM6, I guess, is just an evolution of or something like that. So it should be fine, man. In fact, you might be able to listen to it at some shops. I think I've seen some chromas that have Sony's and JBLs and Bose on demo. So go listen to it. Yeah, if you can listen to it, that's the best thing. You've got the I mean, they're your ears. You trust your own ears. Go listen to it. See if you like it. Darshan, I will the SIM EW300 standard version be a good upgrade? I'm treble sensitive with the treble sensitive. Now see again, this is a very subjective thing. Uh when it comes to treble sensitivity, some people it depends which range you're sensitive to. I don't remember the EW300 being overly sensitive, or should I say overly harsh or getting there. The EW300 I did like. The only set I did not like was the EA500LM. The SimGot 500LM in particular was a very weird sounding IEM. It was something was off. The timbre, whatever you want to call it, that was off. And some things were just too much. Whereas the 300 I really liked. In fact, I found it to be reminiscent for me to the EW 200, but with better lower frequencies. But yeah, there's a lot going on. I think it's a is it a dual driver or a triple driver or something like that? I forget the specs now, but I really did like it. I don't remember it being particularly uh, sibilant in the mids, but the highs weren't also too bright. It is, I mean, most of these IEMs are bright sounding. Um, so yeah, I mean, I don't remember. Maybe watch my review on it to see my breakdown of uh, whether it was too bright or something. But that should give you a better idea. Hi Raj, what's up? Okay. So I think the main guys are here. Raj is here. Isaac's here. Key fine ones, but they're not available in Headphone Zone. Isaac, see if they're available on Concept Card also because they, I think, do stock Keyfine. Check out my reviews. I think I've got affiliate links if you want to use those. If you don't, no issue. What diff? differs planar magnetic with respect to dynamic BA piezo? The science behind it. It's a very different driver, Akshay. It's a different approach. It's like if you're looking at ICE engines, internal combustion engines, you've got flat sixes, you've got the Wankel, or call it the rotary. You've got all different kinds of engines, boxer engines, and so on. They, in a sense, do the same thing. In the sense, they provide power to a crankshaft and it moves the vehicle. Um, in their own way. They've got their own characteristics. The dynamic BA, piezo, planar, they all also have different ways of doing this. So they are different in their approach and they have different characteristics like engines do. So it helps to listen to them, of course, to hear them and see which one you prefer. There are some people who swear by rotary engines. There are some people who didn't like them because their low end wasn't great. Um, so yeah, I mean, likewise, it's similar with sound. But yeah, if you ever get a chance to go for a headphone connect event or any sort of audio gathering where you can listen to these different kinds of drivers, I would recommend it. You need to trust your own ears over anybody else's, including mine. But yeah, the overall setup, the way they're done, the way they're laid out, for that matter, even planar magnetic are different. Usually, the planar magnetic drivers are laid out in a kind of zigzag rectangular fashion where that electrical charge moves it. Whereas Yamaha made an orthodynamic. In fact, I tested their $5,000 headphones briefly. They don't have the layout on the driver in that zigzag pattern. It's like it's a circular layout, so it's not moving the entire driver with that zigzag sort of movement. The whole thing, because it's a circular planar, it's moving it very equally, which changes the sound a little bit. So it's cool how different brands are doing different things. In fact, I think Yamaha, if I'm not mistaken, did make the first planar magnetic. They call it the orthodynamic. So it's worthwhile reading up on it and listening to these kind of headphones to get an idea of what the differences are, characteristic wise. Moving on, Lucky. Hi, Paul. I want an IM with the best instrument separation and sounds. Please suggest which one to buy. Lucky, what's your budget? Akshay, hi. By checking your review, I purchased Yamaha E5B. It gives very good performance even at lower volume. Thank you for the detailed review. Akshay, I'm so glad that you got what should I say? I'm so glad you got good ears, because there are a lot of people who like very heavy music. So things like the Realme Buds Air 7 Pro or some stuff like that they like. Uh, they'll straight away say when they hear the E5B, it's not good. It doesn't have bass, yada yada yada. But if you're attuned to good sound, good audio, detailed clarity are your absolute priority over heaviness and bass. The E5B is an absolutely sensational performer. It's one of my favorites. I really did like the E3B, the E5B, and the 7B. The 7B was an absolute beautiful set of earphones. So yeah, I'm glad I helped you, man. Enjoy your E5Bs. Anirban, what's my favorite IEM? That's a loaded question. Damn, I've never even thought about that. Wow. It's I've not, to be very honest with you, I've not heard too many. I'm not like the biggest expert over there with IEMs. There are many other guys who've got a lot more experience in the YouTube world. I think I may have only reviewed, I don't even know how many I've reviewed, maybe 20, 30, maybe 40, I don't know. But of the lot, I've come to like what SimGod has to offer. The SM4 is one of my favorites for many reasons. The ET142, in fact, a newer set, very musical sounding with a good amount of technicality, which is something you normally don't get with warm sounding IEMs. Um, yeah, I think it's got to be something from SimGod. IEM wise, I'd say SimGod for sure. What they make, they've literally only come out with one product I've not liked. Pratik, recently got to hear Yamaha E3. I think the best sounding TV W. Yes, I agree with you, Pratik. I've even compared it to the Lipotech Z3. I remember Headphone Zone saying that it's Lipotech Z3 is the best out there and all this sort of stuff. So I did a comparison, and the E3B just makes the most sense. If you get your hands on an E3B for a good price, and you're an audiophile, it is audiophile level. In fact, I remember when I spoke to the guys at Yamaha, one thing they kept saying to me was, this is not audiophile grade. In fact, because they know what I listen to and everything. So they said, Paul, this is not audiophile grade. It is not audiophile grade. It is not audiophile grade. They kept repeating themselves. But one thing I did realize is it may not be cabled audiophile grade, but its overall approach towards um, its presentation was that of wanting to give you the best production possible. It's the one set of earphones that I found when you switch it to a higher res codec. So it comes with SPC, AAC, and aptX. That is one set of earphones that genuinely performed beautifully with a higher codec when once you're feeding it with higher res audio. There was a difference. I'm not saying night and day, but there is a difference between SPC, AAC, and aptX. A lot of these other things like Realme and all that sort of stuff, when you switch between SPC, AAC, you'll be lucky if you can hear a difference, because usually the bottleneck is in the drivers. The drivers, they don't use good quality stuff, so you won't hear the difference. Yamaha has worked backwards. I think they spent most of their money on the hardware, all the internals for the audio, and then they said, okay, what battery should we put? What housing should we put? What should we make it touch? Should we make it tactile? So they worked backwards, and you can hear that difference, which is actually a big reason why I do like Yamaha's approach. But yeah, I agree with you. It is the best sounding TWS that I've heard in that price range compared to anything I've heard. Lucky, hang on, I need to go back to your question. Lucky, separation sound with IEMs. 5,000 range. Is the EW300 within the 5,000 range? Maybe not. Um, Maybe not. I think it's 6 or 7-ish. Honestly, again, I'm saying very transparent. I'm being very transparent here. I think the Kiwi's cadenza at the price 2,999, it does stand up against things in 6,000 and 7,000, maybe even 8,000. If you buy the Kiwi's cadenza, you can spend 2,999 and you have a little extra money to buy a good DAC if you don't have one. If you can stretch and buy the iFi Go Link, if you don't have a good DAC, I think it's a very good little DAC. So I would recommend that. Yamaha having sale on their site now. E3C new one is for 6K. Let me see if I can get a demo unit. I'll ask them. Raj bought EP35 after watching the review. Great purchase, but it doesn't have mic pass through. Is there any solution to this, or just remove DAC when taking a call? I've not tested that with the EP35, but what I did find was when I use the iFi Go Link or the RZ550 by Roses Elsa, they don't have mic pass through. But when they don't have mic pass through, the phone's mic takes over. So I usually hold my phone close to my mouth, or just close by, and it usually does work. So I don't know if that works. Does Oppo Enco A3 Pro have good bass? No, Abhi. I've got a review comparing it to the Realme Buds S7 Pro, OnePlus Buds 3, and JBL Tune Beam. The OnePlus is never tuned to have heavy bass straight out of the box. You can play around with a few presets. It'll get a little more bass, but it's not big bloated bass that's trying to impress you. It's got enough bass for, I'd say, lighter stuff, acoustic stuff, classical stuff. It's a very nice sounding set of earphones, but it does not predominantly rule when it comes to the lower frequencies according to the masses. A lot of people will not like the bass on it because of how it's been tuned. Which can be provided through software. Yeah. Yes, Pratik, that's correct. Akshay, please do more reviews on smart speakers like Audio Pro, Denon, Sonos. You revived Echo Studio is good. Yeah, I reviewed the Echo Studio because my dad kind of forced me. He was like, "Oh, I want to buy a new studio," and he just thrust it towards me and said, "Do the unboxing, do the." I didn't want to do that review, but I did. Akshay, one thing is, I do want to do this. Yes, I agree with you. I'd love to do it. I enjoy all things audio, but getting your hands on speakers is not as easy as you think. I have been reaching out to a lot of brands, requesting for speakers, for reviews, and so on. When it comes to headphones and earphones, I started off the channel by buying stuff, and that happened for a long time. In fact, even now I still do that. For that matter, I mean, not that I wanted to, but a lot of people wanted the review for the Realme, but I bought it. I bought it with my own money, and I'm not glad that I spent money on it, but people wanted that advice as to how it sounds, so I bought it. Buying speakers is a different story, man. Like you know how much some of these things cost, so it doesn't make sense to keep spending so much every month or every few months on speakers that I won't use. Honestly, if I buy any more speakers and put them across the house, I think my wife's going to kick me out because I've got like speakers in every room. Whenever I start talking about a new speaker, I start getting looks. I hope she's not here hearing this, because I'll get a shout on the chats. Anyway, moving on. Nobody snitch on me if she's here, okay? Please, if she's not heard this. Anyway, Raj, I'm a student with 5 to 7 hours daily screen time, including lectures and shows. I use IEMs under 10% volume. Any headphones can be used, or still IEM should be a good option. Raj, a headphone is always safer to use because it has more breathing room than IEM, and IEM, uh, health wise, I'm saying, causes a seal. If you 10% is pretty low, it's healthy. What you're doing is very good. Your hearing sensitivity is obviously still very good. Congratulations to you. There are not many people who are, in fact, when I remember one of my videos, I said I listen to, I've listened to stuff at 10% to 25%, and one guy came out freaking out saying, oh, test your ears, they're obviously giving trouble. Like, but bro, that's the opposite way. If you're cranking it to 80%, your sensitivity is gone. You can't recover it. So if you're listening to stuff at 10%, that's really good. Please practice safe listening. Use earplugs if you go to concerts. Use earplugs if you're near a noisy area where you go for walks. Pressure horns from trucks can throw your hearing off. So that's very good. But yeah, having it closed, having your ears closed for how long did you say? 5 to 7 hours. Not healthy. I'll tell you why. Because if you have a seal on your ear for as long as it is, there's a certain amount of humidity, moisture that can build up. It can lead to infections. So I myself, when I'm testing stuff, I never go beyond say 30 to 45 minutes tops when I'm making my notes. Having said that, it's safe to have these on for maybe 1.5 to 2 hours at a stretch, but it's good to pop them out, take a break. As stupid as this sounds, let your ears breathe. It's important to get some fresh air in there. You don't want any sort of infections happening. So, but kudos to you. 10% volume on IMs, I think, is usually loud enough. I usually listen to stuff at 20-25% only when I push the volume higher when I want to hear it open up a bit. But I myself even listen to stuff at like 10%, 15% sometimes, depending on what DAC amp I'm using. So the RZ 550, 5-10% is fine. Something like the i5 Gold Link or the DD Hi-Fi high res also needs to go up about 15% volume. But yeah, good for you, man. In fact, I think you're using the EP35. That's a pretty nice DAC amp. I did like it. Earphone Air Pro 4 or Soundpeats Air 5 Pro? Swapnil, hi. I have not tested the Air 5 Pro. I have tested the F5 and I did like it. And Soundpeats has not reached out to me for another review for the 5 Pro. So they'll get in touch with me if they want me to review it, of course. But yeah, I do like Soundpeats tunings. But I'll tell you one thing between Earphone and Soundpeats. I've reviewed maybe 3 products from Earphone, and all Earphone products I've heard work flawlessly, software wise, hardware wise. Soundpeats, I have had issues. They have some teething issues. In fact, they sent me something with Soundpeats Breezy, open ear style, loaded with issues. I think I tested something else as well. I forget which one, but again, loaded with issues. But they did work on it with a software update, which is pretty good. It shows they're active about it. But yeah, I would lean more towards Earphone for reliability and also with their warranty. They've got an 18-month warranty. Moving right on, Raj. Just as a suggestion, Kiwi is going to come with 7-day return window on Headphone Zone. If you're unsure, it's worth trying it out. Oh, I didn't know that. Pratik, nowadays mass market are doing all these high risk stuff which the driver can't handle few. Yeah, you're right. High risk stuff is good. I'd say if you're fun, yeah, they kind of manage LDAC and all, kinda, but not as well as I've heard with the Yamaha with aptX. JBL has not done any high res stuff yet. I think they've only done with the Live Pro 2. I think that might support LDAC. If I'm not, I could be wrong. But yeah, check me if I'm wrong. But JBL has now started making some very good hardware. In fact, the drivers they're pushing out carry a significant amount of detail compared to let's say 3 years ago. The JBL 230 NC, I remember I was okay with it. It wasn't too impressive. It was fine for the mass market stuff. But the new series of Tune and everything are genuinely very nice sounding. They've done a very good job with the hardware and their tuning. They're definitely trying to cater towards better sound. So hang on, guys. I think the all most of you guys here, all the main guys. So before I read any more comments, uh, mass market stuff. Abraham, that's a question I normally don't like to answer. I like to keep things just audio. But hang on, let me just quickly to give you guys a small announcement. I've listened to IE600 and I don't like any. Yeah, Swapnil, that happens. Sennheiser does that to a lot of people. Once you get used to a certain signature, you get very used to it. Okay, hang on. Quick announcement. There are 15 of you here. I'm just letting you guys know because I think you are the main guys who see my community posts and you are genuinely uh, sort of invested in this channel. Two things. One is I've just activated a membership thing that YouTube was pushing me for to do for a long time. A year they've been going on start memberships. I'm not sure how it functions, but I've started it. If you guys do want to support the channel, feel free to do that. Please don't feel like there's a gun to your head. Do it if you want to. I'm experimenting with it over the next few weeks and months. I'll try members only stuff and members first reviews and all that sort of stuff. I'll figure it out. The other bit of good news is I have been cleaning up my studio. It's an absolute mess. I don't have place to walk around, and I realized that I've got too much stuff. There's genuinely too much stuff in my studio, so I've got a whole bunch of stuff that I want to not get rid of, but help support the channel. So I've got a whole bunch of things. I've not even counted how many products yet, but I have to make a list for this. Um, I've got a whole bunch of IEMs. I've got some new sound, no, not sound, some wireless stuff as well. And I don't want to sell the older wireless stuff because I'm sure the batteries are giving up. But I've got a lot of IEMs that I will be selling, IEMs, and I've got some distant mountain headphones and all this sort of stuff. So I've not come to the conclusion of what price these things will be that I want to sell them at, but these are literally just opened unboxing videos done. I've burned these in for about 25 to 30 hours so that I could review them. I've reviewed them and enjoyed them, and maybe they've come out again out of the box for a comparison, if at all, and then they've gone back into the box. And if you guys know me, I'm very meticulous about my stuff, so these things are in top condition. So I will be coming out with a video about having some sort of a yard sale or a garage sale. So in that, I will mention that I'm selling these and how I'll go about doing it. So I'm letting you guys know first because you guys, I think, are the usual 15 to 20 people who usually really are invested in the channel. So if you guys want good deals on these are definitely going to be, I'm selling them for much lower price than what they're being sold for, and all the money will only go towards looking after the channel. So just so you know, heads up for this, I might put a community post about it saying that this video is going live, but I'm thinking about doing it first come first serve. Whoever messages me first or whatever, I'll you know take it from there. So the more you know. So hopefully within the next, maybe I'm thinking 1 or 2 weeks, I'll have an idea. I'll figure out the costs, the prices that I want to sell them at, figure out this video, publish it, and then take it forward. Anyway, the more you know. Moving on. TVS Abhi, hi. Bro says me on good TWS under 4500. I like bass heavy and want good clarity. Oh, bass heavy and clarity? 4500. Tricky. Usually, hey, see, check out the Realme Buds F5 Pro was almost at par with the Oppo Enco A3 Pro, but it had a lot more bass. Look at that. Check out my review on it. Buy from the affiliate link if you'd like to support the channel. If you don't want to, no problem. You can just buy it from wherever you want to buy it. Anirban, hi. Listening only to Bollywood songs like Rehman, okay. SM4 OD200 ET142 Delchi. Yes, these are very different. Anirban, these are very different IEMs. SM4 OD200 alone, they are like, there's a stark difference between the two. I have compared the SM4 OD200 and Meze Alba in that comparison video. Please give it a look. It'll give you a better understanding for the differences between the SM4 and the OD200. They are very different in their tuning. ET142, I wouldn't compare to these two. It's more, how do I put this? No, not with the SM4. When it comes to the 142 and OD200, the OD200 is very bass enthusiastic and a little too forward in the mids. It's kind of immature sounding when it comes to the ET142. ET142 sounds very professional. It's a very musical sounding set of IEMs. And the thing is, the minute you say musical, you expect a certain amount of warmth in the tuning. And because of that warmth, you expect there to be a loss in detail. But that's where the ETU 142 is absolutely sensational because it is able to give you a sense of warmth, great musicality, and be terrific at its technicalities. So it's a beautiful sounding set of IEMs. For that matter, uh, it's one of the things that I'm most likely planning on selling. It's in fact, man, the amount of IEMs I have that I don't want to sell is amazing. But there's no justice to them sitting in a box, man. I'd rather one of you guys buy these and enjoy them, enjoy the music, and get it at a better price and really enjoy the music you want at a better price. But yeah, I'll get to that video when I do, hopefully in a week or two. But yeah, the ET142, I'd say, is more closely compared to the SM4. But now I've not done any A/B testing, but the SM4 is a very delicate IEM in the sense it's tuned very differently. It's not as forward as a lot of IEMs are in many places, but it does a very good job of bringing everything to you, including texture, detail, all that sort of stuff. And the thing is, it's kind of the shy guy at the back of the class who's not too forward or confident in what he's doing. But at the end of the day, when he goes on to, let's say, the field where he rules, he stands out in the crowd. That's the kind of IEM that the SM4 is. It's a very capable IEM. In fact, I believe a lot of people who heard it first before the prices were announced um, thought it would be in the $350 price range, but it's actually in the $150 price range. So it's a very good performer. But yeah, I'd say if you're looking for warmer tone, slightly more musicality, the 142 is the one to go for. Akshay, hi, under 5K, suggest one dongle DAC. This one. Where is it? I don't think I've left it in the description. I'll try and leave it. But this is the Roses Elsa RZ550. Terrific sort of, it's kind of a neutral sounding DAC. And it's got superb power. It's got about 300 milliwatts of output, which is unbelievable. And it's also balanced. I think I've seen this at about 4,900 on Concept Cart. Check it out. Very nice, capable deck. You have no idea how many hours waiting to buy your gear. Please consider it would be really beneficial. Yes, I agree with you, Raj. I think that's part reason why I'm doing it, because I've realized that I don't want these things to just sit on a desk or a shelf. Yeah, these things need to be enjoyed. So I'll let you guys know and keep you posted through the community tab and the video that comes out. So we'll figure that out. Moving on. Okay, Abhi, for which earphone Apple you can say frequently? Fun pair have bass what Indian audience like. Yes, I agree. Earphone approach is very nice. But Pratik, I don't know if you've heard the Free Pro 3. You need to consider that if you've not heard it. Um, I got lifetime warranty and lifetime 500 Amazon voucher. Earphone 3. Nice. If you can listen to the Free Pro 3, in fact, I recently recommended it to a cousin of mine, but it's a little expensive in the sense I think he bought it for 7,999 or 74.99, but it is beautifully tuned, man. It's really I'd say it's an up on detail compared to the Air Pro 3 and Air Pro 4. It's more audiophile centric. Very nice sounding set. Anirban, yeah. So I'm not taking notes just now, but stay tuned in the next 1 or 2 weeks. I have to sit and figure out all the costings that I'm doing, and I'll have the details as to uh, what it is that I'm selling these things at, how I'm going to go about it. There are things I need to figure out before I decide to buy these. So I'll let you know. Stay tuned, yeah. So hey Paul, can you suggest me good TWS under 6K, which has clear sound and a nice build quality? 6K. Uh, I've just done a review with the JBL Tune Beam 2. I really like that. If you like JBL, you can go for it. If you've not heard JBL's newer stuff, you must. They have good stuff. But having said that, JBL has been known in the past to not have very good customer care support. But having said that, the newer iteration of this stuff, like the TuneBeam 2, they've actually heard all the customers and improved. So, for example, the previous generation of the TuneBeam, the first gen, it had these small sort of contact points for uh, charging, and you have to keep cleaning them and all that sort of nonsense. It was a pain to have. And basically, the service center guy would do exactly that, give it to you saying, sir, it's working. They've got much larger contact points now. So if there's dirt and debris, it will be pushed out of the way and it will charge for sure. So I haven't really heard issues for the JBL TuneBeam 2. Maybe there are one or two guys who have complained on my video, but I will recommend giving my videos on the uh, JBL TuneBeam 2 and the comparison I've done as well. Under 6K, I think it's very good. Abhishek, your recommendation is best. I got Oppo A2 Pro. Best year was nice. A2 Pro, I reviewed a long time ago, man. A2 Pro came out, my gosh, 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago. I really like those. They were one of my favorites. And also, they had better call quality than the Air 3 Pro. At least the version I have, they did do better. A B C D E B C D E F. Wow, hi. Got any Yamaha TWS? I do, but I can't. I don't think I can sell those because I've had them for a while. I have tried to store them carefully where I disconnect the contact points, meaning I put a sort of what is it, scotch tape over the contact points, so it's not pulling the battery from the case, and that tends to mess up the battery over time. And the thing is, it's old. I don't know how long the battery will last. At least the other stuff that I've had for 2 or 3 months, that the wireless stuff I'm willing to sell, but not the stuff that's over 2 3 years, man. Because it's TWS will pack up eventually. At least IEMs will last. And that's the other problem with this. I need to figure out this. I need to have a disclaimer because I don't want you guys coming and telling me later, oh, Paul, there's no warranty on this. Oh, it packed up. What do I do? All this sort of stuff. So, yes, I am selling these at a discounted rate compared to what you can buy them from wherever. But that discount includes the fact that it doesn't have a warranty and all that sort of stuff because I don't have bills. These have not been products that I've bought. These have been sent for review. These are all essentially review units. And yeah, I just want to make sure that they have a life instead of sitting on a desk. But yeah, the Yamaha I cannot sell. I can't live with a guilty conscience. I can't sell that knowing that the battery might give up. And then please review Nothing earbuds. Satish, I did start reviewing them some time ago. I've reviewed the Nothing Ear 1. I think I did the Year 2 as well. And then I did the Nothing Ear Stick. And I mean, they were fine. Yeah, there's nothing really wrong with earphone stuff, but not earphone, sorry, nothing. They've got nice stuff, but I don't know. I just don't feel the need to review the Nothing. I'll tell you why also, because one thing I realized was there were a lot of people who reviewed Nothing earphones, and a lot of the reviews were kind of similar. Everybody seems to like Nothing. So I'm like, man, there's no need to do this because I'll tell you what also happened when I was reviewing the Nothing. I was at a time where I was like, man, I'm putting so much effort into this channel. I never like to rush my stuff, as you guys have seen. I spent so much effort and hoping to see growth for the channel, but the least amount of growth I've had is through the Nothing reviews. I get more views, I get more engagement and everything through even IEMs, yeah. So for me to spend out of my pocket for Nothing, it didn't make sense. I said, let me use that time and effort towards stuff that will help other people. So I've even written to Nothing asking for demo units. I really don't know how these big YouTubers just get review units before launch and all, but usually that's the biggest reason why I think I get kicked in the gut because all that effort happens and then I'll get like 200 views. So I'm like, man, I'm not helping the people I want to help with it. So ease off. That's why I eased off of Nothing. That's the main reason. Anyway, Abhiram, what about Earphone Air Pro 3? Very nice. Watch my review on it. Very capable, but um, it is an older model. Having said that, it's not too bad. Too bad in the sense it's a good product, it's a good performer, and it also comes with an 18-month warranty. Yeah, so don't forget, Earphone gives 18 months warranty. If you're getting it at a good price, it's super value for money. Very well detailed and fun sounding. Uh, the Air Pro 4 was supposed to be sold at the same price, but I think there's a stock issue. So somebody who is bringing it in, another seller, is selling it for a much higher price. I think 7 or 8 thousand. That should technically also sit in the sub 5,000 price range, but there you are. Air Pro 3 is great. Earphone. Okay, Vishnu. Hi, Paul. Reached my first proper speakers. JBL 306 Mark II Studio monitors is sale for 24K. Okay. Okay, outer DAC sound stage being dynamic. Nice. Vishnu, have you burnt them in? Have they been burned in? Or are you yet to do that? Then best TWS under 3K. I don't remember the last time I tested on anything under 3K. I've been avoiding things below 3K for certain reasons. Parth, hi, how are you? Swapnil, I have I200 and currently looking for a DAC. My friend's selling his IBSO for 12K. Will it be a good pair with my IM? I have not tried out the IBSO, but I've heard good things about them. If you think it's a good deal, yeah, man, go ahead. The IE200 is not a set that I've tested myself. Let me just see the specs to see what it's about. But everyone who's spoken to me about Sennheiser is they don't want to go on to anything else. Yeah, man, these are good. Yeah, 15,000 worth IEMs. They're pretty good. I mean, I've heard good things. I've not heard it myself. MMCX connector, is it nice? 6 hertz to 20,000 response. Yeah, it should be good. Yeah, should be a nice. Should be a nice pairing. Yeah, if you think it's a good deal for the iBasso, go for it. Yeah, having a good DAC and amp is half the battle won. Moving on, any suggestions on Truth or Hexa? No, I have not tested them still. Mm, where was I? Earphone have launched two new pair of headphones. If you get reviews them, I think they will be in separate K range. Yeah, so I've not gotten the last thing I got from Earphone was I think the Air Pro 4 or was it the Free Pro 3? I've not gotten any headphones from them yet. The only headphones I got from somebody mass market was Tozo. But yeah, Earphone will have fun stuff. Best balance sounding TWS under 5 to 6K. Is the Yamaha E3B still available? Or have they stopped? Let me see. E3B or even if the E3C sounds anything like it. Wow, man, they're selling it at 7,200. There was a time where it came down to like I think 4,000 or something. E3C is going for 10 grand. Wow. Best balance sounding, what did you say? Best balance sounding TWS under 5 to 6K. Oppo Enco Air 3 Pro, man. It's older, but it's very balanced. The bass is not. Bass is kind of got like a studio tuning. It slightly seems recessed. Um, but I like what JBL has done with the Tune Beam 2 because yes, it is bass heavy, but you can always cull that region uh, in the lower frequencies. So the JBL is actually a good performer without being too aggressive in the highs and upper mids. Surprisingly. Um, Otherwise, check out how much is the Free Pro 3? One sec. Free Pro 3. Go for the Free Pro 3. It's going for about 7 right now. Meaning 6,999. If you can stretch a bit more, check out my review on the Free Pro 3. It's a very good performer. Very well detailed. I'd say stretch and get it. And Earphone has got 18-month warranty as well. Not that I expect it to give trouble, but it should be fine. No problem, Akshay. Just ordered SimGod Supermix 4 and EPZ TP35. I did choose the right ones. Yes, that should be a good combination for sure, I'd say. BBK electronic bulbs are not the same they used to be. Yeah, they've been changing, man. I preferred the previous generations. Ambrish, I am using SimGod EW200 and I like its wide soundstage, imaging, great vocals, treble, but I want good quality bass with punch and decay. Can you suggest trebles under 10K? I've not tested the Hydro, but I'd say the next best thing for you would have been the EW300. But if your budget is 10K, the SM4, how much is the SM4 going for? And since you like SimGod already, SM4 is going for 13 ish. Yeah, it's going for 13 grand. But I don't know if you were here when I mentioned that I'm planning on selling stuff. So I've got review units that I'm most likely selling, and I should have a video out soon. SM4 is one of the things that will be on sale as well. So stay tuned if you'd like to pick that up. But yeah, if you're looking for something with good stage and everything from the EW200, um, the best I've heard in the 10K range is, man, the OD200 is fun, good stage and all, but like a lot of bass. But I think the forward mids kind of put it off for me a bit. The Meze Alba is also a nice set, but it needs a good DAC amp. The Meze Alba is a good performer, but it needs a DAC amp, and I think the price has also gone up on the Alba. But check out my comparison. I've got a comparison between the OD200 Meze Alba and SM4. It's an interesting one. Raj, thank you for supporting the channel. This will go towards um, the channel for sure. Plan to buy SIM card, will be 300 under 7K range, so I can increase the budget a little bit. Yeah, 300 is good. Yeah, it's a set that I really liked, and I might be selling mine. I think I have an EW300. I might be selling it. Pratik, nothing will fall in the same bracket like BBK and two of my friends, but both of them got dead, no replacement provided in warranty. Wow. Third party service response. Okay, so not good. After sales is not good. But suggestions for warm, full sounding IM with clear vocals, not too forward, with clean treble one and done IM. That's a huge ask, huh? 2025. You can go a bit higher if you think. But if I'm being honest with you again, I've said this a few times. I'm not the best guy to ask for IMs. My experience is very limited. I have not heard IMs in the 50,000, 1 lakh, 3 lakh, 5 lakh category. I think the most expensive IMs that I have reviewed might be 24, 25,000, which was the SimGod EA 1000. Very nice IMs, looking and sounding. But having said that, I think in that price range, one that has really impressed me is the SimGod ET142. Very musical, and usually when you hear musical, you don't expect technicality, but it has both. So it's a very good combination of both. So when you say one and done, I'd say for me at least, the 142 is a one and done because it's great for all sorts of genres. It's got the warmth, and despite having the warmth, it has the technicalities, which it's got the technicalities, which is great. And the only thing I don't like about the ET142 might be the chrome design. Because the EA 1000 was very pretty. They should have done something like that, but they haven't. But yeah, for me, a one and done is that. I think it goes for around 20 or something. You can watch my review on it if you'd like to, of course. Uh, Moving on, Vishnu, thanks for sharing your knowledge. It helped a lot. This is will also help me with video editing. I wanted to enjoy experience. Good speaker, really enjoy the experience. Good, good. I'm glad you've done this. But okay, Raj, see if finally YT cuts 30% from memberships, then tax. Maybe start direct paid community. I feed call. Yeah, I know. Um, it's something I did think about, but at the same time, I think it's easier for people to be able to do it here. I am looking at starting other stuff as well. That's more direct, um, and maybe I can do the lives there that are member oriented and all that stuff. So yeah, I'm still looking into it, but this is easier for some people to just do it directly. So yeah, let's see. I'm still experimenting with this kind of stuff. But yeah, thanks, Raj. I was aware of this, but thanks for bringing it again to my attention. Vishnu, haven't burned it in yet. Used for 1 week. Your suggestions on it. If you used it for 1 week, you must have done over 24, 25 hours of burn-in anyway, so that should be fine. If you want tips on burn-in, I mean, a lot of people have got their own theories. Follow your own, do what you want. Usually, I do make my notes when things come straight out of the box. For example, my LS50s that you see in most videos, I've what I did with it was I connected it to a very low powered amp. I connected it to my uh, tube amp. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but there's a little bit of red you'll see in most of my videos. It's a little tube amp, not little. It's pretty heavy. It must be, uh, geez, maybe I want to know how heavy this is. Let me tell you exactly how heavy it is. Yeah, okay. It's only about that big. It's about that wide, this wide. Okay, and it's got transformers at the back and four power tubes and two pre tubes. And this thing is about 12 kilos. It's heavy for such a small thing. And being a tube amp, it only pushes out about 25 watts of power. But I connected it to my LS50s, and I use this for burn-in. For man, I followed a burn-in procedure for maybe 250 hours. Like we had music playing through the weekend, and when I got back home from work and everything, my wife got fed up of listening to music. But what I did was, first for the first 24 hours, I played it at a very soft volume, just to exercise the drivers, move what has to be moved, and what has to settle into place. And classical music, very soft stuff, nothing too aggressive. And then the next 25 hours was, from a very low volume to slightly louder, more acoustic stuff. And then the next 25 hours was, slightly heavier stuff, moved on to rock and other genres. Uh, Good recordings are also crucial, like, jazz, blues, and all. Because the recordings are so good, you get better extension on the driver. Because when it's compressed audio, the driver will not exercise as much. Lesser data, of course, which doesn't translate to that much more analog movement. So yeah, eventually every 25 hours, I just started increasing the volume ever so slightly until the last maybe 10 to 15, 25 hours were, I wouldn't say too loud. It was at maybe 50% volume. So that's half output, but then it's not exactly linear. But yeah, at 50% output, they must have been firing at uh, maybe 85, 90 dB, from about 4 feet away. They did get loud, but I wasn't going to over exercise them for burning. That's not needed. Never overdrive, even though it was a low powered amp, 25-watt amp. And when I sat and compared my notes compared to the first listening session to then for the same tracks, uh, I mean, it's not like it's night and day, but things were a little more supple. They were not as harsh. It's The LS50s did sound very harsh straight out of the box. If I'm being very honest, they were a little piercing. That I was like, oh man, I'm not too happy with this. But the more time they got to exercise, the softer they got in the higher frequencies and upper mids, and the lower frequencies did open up after that 250. So only when I compared the notes did I feel that, or realize that the burn-in did help. But again, 250 hours is excessive. A lot of people don't bother with that. Usually a 24, 25-hour burn-in is fine. But there are brands like Yamaha, for that matter. I did go and listen to the NS 600As. I've spoken about them. These speakers, Yamaha does recommend a 200-hour burn-in or 200 plus hour burn-in. So I was like, awesome, I'm not the only crazy guy out there. And if the brand is recommending that, I'd say, man, like do stuff like that. But yeah, I think with your kind of speaker, the monitor is more heavy duty. Uh, it may not make as much of a difference with burn-in. Then again, the LS50s technically are monitor speakers, so I would say do the exercise, do what you can for a burn-in. Take it easy, don't blast them. Definitely don't blast them for your ears as well. But yeah, man, have fun with them. It's great that you're spending time with your speakers and you're experiencing stereo. I myself am a bit of a stereophile. I don't like using subwoofers. I listen to everything from just two speakers, 2.0, and it's good fun. Anyway, moving on. Pratik, E3B discontinued, E3C. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I've seen some on Amazon. They must be flogging old stock. Uh, Old stock going for, what is this, man? Old stock going for 7,000 is not worth it. If you're getting it for like 3.5 grand, I'd say it's super worth it, because chances are you're getting very old stock that has old cells in them, old batteries. So maybe avoid buying the E3B. Swapnil, hi, I've been using Oppo Enco X2 for 3 years. Wow. And battery is almost dead. No news of X3. Want to know if there's anything that comes to your mind with tuning of Oppo and mic quality of Apple. I myself, to be very honest with you, I don't do any research. I don't do digging to see what new launches are. Usually, like for these new ones, for the Oppo, not Oppo, Realme Buds S7 Pro, which is a new launch. The only reason I bought it was, one of my friends messaged me saying, "Hey, this is a new one. Review it. People will be interested." I had some comments as well saying, review this. It's a new one. That's the only reason why I did it. So I don't really know about the X3, of there's a new X4 coming out. The X3 is not something I reviewed personally, but it's a set that I know a lot of people really liked. A lot of people got after me to review it, even after it was a one year old model or 1.5 year model. I did get a lot of requests. Oppo does have a heritage in um, the whole audiophile thing. And you can hear it even in their tuning. Yes, it is owned by the BBK group. Yes, they've got Realme and OnePlus. But even the Oppo Enco A3 Pro still today stands up to all of these newer stuff. I'm talking about sound. I'm not talking about features and all of that. Just its sound alone is just so sensationally good. Um, I think Oppo does know what they're doing. For that matter, they must have still some say with the sound. So yeah, I don't know what's happening, and it's pretty amazing that your earphones have lasted you 3 years. In fact, I'm coming out with a very quick video one of these days. Let me show it to you guys since you are here. If only your X3 had something like this. I've got this set of earphones that I've not shown you guys before. It's basically a brand called PQ Earbuds that sent me this a while ago. It was maybe 2 years ago. And this is the earphone. I mean, it looks like any other standard earphone. But imagine if your Oppo Enco X3 had this. And by this, I mean you unplug this, because this is a detachable battery. And once this is dead, let's say in 2 or 3 years, you can still order stuff. So when you need a new battery and they say that battery is dead, you take this one out here from here, because this is fully charged, and you put this into your earphone, and you're good to go. And then put this one that's dead back in the charging slot over here, and it charges up. Imagine if your X3 had this, man. Imagine if every earphone had this, where you could just really prolong battery life. In fact, they had an option to buy extra batteries, different colors. So, I mean, this could have been the future. I don't know why manufacturers aren't doing this. So, I've basically summed up my upcoming video that's coming on Friday. But yeah, I wish manufacturers did this. Anyway, moving on. Um, Parth, hi. You're interested? Yeah, yeah. So I'm selling a whole bunch of stuff, man. I've literally just sorted things out today. I have to write a list of what stuff I have. I'm going to go online and see what they're being sold for, and give a significantly better cost for these products, because um, I don't have a bill for these. These were all review units. So if you buy it from me, I cannot guarantee a warranty as well. If they pack up, they pack up. If they don't, they don't. Ideally, they shouldn't, because most of them are IEMs, and it's just proper hardware. If a cable packs up, I suppose you can buy a new cable. But yeah, I mean, this is something that I have to figure out, because I don't want anyone coming to me and saying, "Hey, man, I bought it from you. It's not working." It's, you all should know what you're like getting into before you buy it, and only if you agree to that, buy it. Um, So even the wireless stuff I'm selling is some very new stuff that I reviewed maybe 2 3 months ago. I'm not selling any older wireless stuff. But yeah, I'll have a video out. Maybe I'll let you guys know in the community tab when this video is coming out, because I will be selling it on a first come first serve basis. So yeah, I'll let you know soon enough. Moving on, Swapnil, I think OnePlus 3 Pro is somehow less price, but the same tuning like X2. Okay, Suman, hi. Tangzo One SG is good for beginner IM user, and I have a question regarding the Tangzo One SG. Looking like they are using QDC type pin, but how can they support normal 0.78? Are they using a different thing? I thought it's a 0.78 cable. Let me see. I've not. You're talking about the normal SG, right? The Warner. The one I have, the one that I've tested has a 0.78 connector. Unless they've got a different version, I don't know. But yeah, I think it's a recessed. I forget what it was, but I remembered having a two pin 0.78. Vikram, hi. Did you have a chance to listen to the? No, no, I have not. I have to, in fact, reach out to manufacturers, or people like Headphone Zone, and uh, who's the other one, Concept Cart, for demo units. I haven't done that yet. I have not had the time. Pratik, yeah, I think I did. I've forgotten about that. But it reminded me, while I was clearing everything up, this popped out, and I found this really cool. And I still think manufacturers need to do this. Best speaker under 5K. Ah, man. You know, Slayer, I've literally got a whole bunch of speakers here that are sub 5,000. They're like $2,000 and $3,000 and $999. Man, none of them are really good. I wouldn't really recommend any of them. Maybe there were one or two decent Amazon basic ones. Decent meaning they're okay, for 5 grand. Um, I have heard a speaker that's not been sold here in India, um, by Tozo. It's called the Tozo PA2, which is here, and it's a neat little speaker. It's genuinely, I've really enjoyed this. It's pretty good for the price it's sold at. And this, I might be selling this. So if you're interested, or you're going to wait for to buy a speaker, you might be able to buy this. Um, but yeah, otherwise, most of the stuff I've heard in this price range is not too great. Not really worth writing home about, I'd say, in that price range. Suman, any recommendations? I am under 3,000. Yeah, 2999, Kiwi Years Cadenza, very good performer. You can compare it to stuff in the 6 7,000 range also. It's a good performer, very good value for money. Raj, the construction is different. Okay, I don't know, man. I've not looked into this. Isaac, hi, hey, man. I got interrupted in the middle. What you said for burning speakers, first slow music, then rock, and others. Same for IM too. Sorry for this. That's cool, man. Yeah, I enjoy talking and uh, letting people know. Yeah, it works for. See, a speaker or an IM or a headphone is a mechanical device. It is essentially analog, so you can follow the same process. So that's what I've done with my headphones. All my headphones you see over my shoulder, that's how I've done the burn-ins. But headphones, I've not done a 250 hour burn-in. I With my headphones, I do maybe a 50 to 70 hour kind of burn-in for new stuff. But speakers, the LS50s were kind of my dream speakers. I never thought I'd be able to buy when I was younger. So when I eventually did buy it, I did it very carefully, and I still love them to bits. In fact, I hope to keep them for life. Let's see if they manage to last that long. But yeah, speakers, IEMs, headphones all follow the same burn-in process, like I mentioned, and you should be good to go. But again, if you want to do 25 hours or 250 hours, that's up to you. A lot of people turn around and say it's snake oil. It doesn't make sense. Burn-in doesn't do anything. We have done measurements. There's no difference. Fine, to each his own. But if you think you don't need a burn-in, don't do a burn-in. It's fine. If you think you need to do it, it's just part of the fun, man. Like if you are the kind of analytical guy who wants to really see if there's a difference, make your notes in the start. Keep it on a notepad and come back to your speakers. I mean, I'm talking about active listening. Actively listen to your speakers when they're new and not burned in, and then come back 250 hours later, use the same tracks, and check your notes. Is there a difference? And it's just part of the fun. There's no, I don't believe there's a hard and fast rule that you have to or don't. I just believe that I want to do it with my stuff. And then again, there have been some situations where I've heard, for example, the Yamaha E3B. It was the first wireless set of earphones I found that was calling for a burn in. Some equipment I hear sounds recessed. It sounds, it's like it's tight and it wants to open up. I let them run in. The Yamaha E3B was the first set of wireless earphones that I actually ran in. The E5B was the next, and the E7B was the third. And all of these earphones actually did open up post 25 hours, 30 hours of burn in significantly. I was very surprised to have heard that. But that is a telltale sign that Yamaha is also using much higher end components, and they're doing a good job with it. So that's Yamaha for you. I really like their stuff. Uh, anyway, moving on. Tribute X on 27. Wow. Yeah, I've heard Tribute is also some making some good stuff. Yeah. Good speakers. Yeah. DIY speakers. No, I've not experimented with that. I don't have the guts to do that all the time. Uh, if ever I do free up, I don't mind experimenting with it. But as of now, I've never done any DIY stuff for speakers, headphones, or IEMs. Which IM is best only for instrumental music? Listen to more sitar, flute, calm music. Strictly no bass. Look at the SimGod EW200. Very good set. In fact, watch my review on the SimGod EW200. Very capable sounding set of IMs, especially if you're into classical stuff. Instrumental stuff, superbly good, man. Like, it's the one set of IMs I remember for the price. I was surprised you did that, but there are some IMs that kind of speak to you in the sense, play this kind of music, or shift over to another track, or that's one set that was only wanting operatic, instrumental, acoustic. At no point did I say or feel that I needed to put on EDM or stuff like that, heavier stuff. Uh, Even I did try with EDM, but it is not built to do EDM. It is built for what you've mentioned, classical. So check out my review on the EW200 for sure. Isaac Samuel, hi. I've gone too long without any headset, so can't wait for 250 hours. I'll try 25. Should play music continuously. You don't have to play the music continuously for 25 hours. You can listen to it for the first 5 hours in the day or first 2 hours. Total play time is what I'm referring to. You don't have to play it continuously. That is unnecessary and unsafe. Uh, you don't want to upset people in your society while playing music too loud or through the night. Play it for 2 hours the first day, or half an hour, even 5 minutes, and then the total added time, you will have a general idea that okay, I've played for so many hours today, so many hours today, so many hours today. And once you achieve that, just review your notes and see if there's a difference. Don't worry about that. Sudipta, hi. Which one should I opt for? Tooth Year Zero Red or Keep and Clean? Any other recommendations around 5K? Tooth Year Zero Red, I have not tested. So I don't know if Pratik or someone can step in here and give you a better recommendation. But I did like the Keep and Clean. They are very similar sounding to the Delchi, but I did prefer the Delchi over the Clean. Tiny differences, marginal differences. But yeah, the Clean is a good performer. And in the 5K range, what else is there? There's the Clean, there's the. Damn, I don't even know. EW300? No, EW300 is not 5K. Let me check. Sim got. Oh, damn, no, it's almost 8,000. No. It's way over budget. But yeah, I mean, uh, there's other stuff. But yeah, I mean, I think the clean is fine. I've not tested the Salno, the Truth here, so I can't really comment on that. Have you tried Awful Explorer? No, but a lot of people have asked me to. And Lincoln, hi. How are the Keyfine Delta AE? I don't know. I've only tested the Delta, not the AE. Um, if I'm being honest, I don't even know what the differences are between the AE and the Delta. It's not something I've checked or looked into. I have not received the AE for review, so I have no clue about it. Raj, hi. From now on, if anyone asks about burn-in, just tell them to buy from you fully burnt-in gear, ready to. Yeah, that's a good idea. Fully burnt-in, yeah. And I burn in all my stuff with all my high-res stuff with my FIO X5. It's got a whole bunch of high-res stuff I've got from HD Tracks and over the years that I've collected. Swapnil, Apple Music or YT Music? Apple Music for sure. But no, I do not have any plans right now. I've not got many. In fact, I've. What just happened? Can you guys hear and see me? I got some notification that I was offline. What just happened? I'm back. Okay, great. Where was the Apple Music? No, I have any? No, I'm not reviewing the awful. I'm not planning on it, but because I want to do something different now. I've done one or two mass market things and all. I've been wanting to talk about records and cassettes for a long time. So I might just to take a break from the usual monotonous reviews, I might do some different videos. So it's like a recovery time for me, so to say. Isaac, thank you. This is going to go towards supporting the channel. Thanks, man. Suman, hi. What's your opinion about the Tustura D minor? It has customized sound replacement filter. It's so good for beginner IM users. Should I go with that? What is this? I've not even heard of this, man. This is the Tristura D minor. Jeez, what a solid name, yeah. Acha, it's on Amazon. Oh, these guys are also selling it. Headphone Zone. Concept cart also. Man, see, this is the problem. There are just so many products to review. It's impossible to keep up. Every second or third day, there's some new manufacturer coming out with something. And if you're getting this Twistura with tuning nozzles at this price, where you can play around. See, I'll tell you one thing. If you're a beginner, it's very good to have a set of earphone IMs like the JD1 or something like this. I'll tell you why. Because then you have the option that the JD1 lets you. Um, some errors popped up on my screen. Can you guys hear and see me? Something's wrong. Something's happened. Yeah, so what I was saying is basically as a beginner, it's very good to have um, different tunings when you're a beginner because the FIO JD1 lets you choose between five tunings. And then the one you're talking about, the Twistura, is got three nozzles, so three different tunings. And as a beginner, if you're coming from TWS or if you're just getting into the hobby to experiment, having different tunings will give you a better sense of what different things can sound like. Because one nozzle might be great for classical music, another nozzle might be great for EDM. I mean, not that I don't suspect anyone uses IMs for EDM, but that you can figure it out. It's trial and error. And if a guy usually gets into this hobby, he's usually he or she is the kind of person who wants to fiddle around, wants to experiment, wants to knock the jar over and see how much water drops out of it before it can be recovered. So it's good that you can get into the trial and error phase. So yeah, if you're getting the Tristura for what? How much was it? 3,000? Yeah, I think it's a very good deal because I think it's ideal to experiment and see what your taste is, what you like. It's man, the whole point of the audiophile journey and getting into it is also a lot to do with self discovery. Once you figure out what your taste is, what you like, only then can you start really falling into the flow of the music you're listening to. You can really get into a solid meditative state when you really start enjoying the music you're listening to and so on. And this is part of the process. This is part of the joy, experimenting and trying. So yeah, whatever this Tristura is, man, I'd say it's a good option. And if you do buy it, figure it out. Let me know if you like it. Maybe I'll get in touch with the guys at Concept Cart or Headphone Zone for a demo unit and take it from there and see if it's a good recommendation. Oh, that error has disappeared. I don't know what's going on. I'm having some weird internet glitches. In fact, I don't know if you guys are okay. I got one message. Hi, Raj. Not sure why, but ever since I started my IM journey with the Tangzu Warner, I've grown to dislike boomy bass and most other budget IMs. I absolutely love the way Warner, love the Warner. Only problem is the comfort. Okay. Yes, I agree with you, Pratik. Swapnil, good question. Swapnil, are sites like Concept Cart or Desert Cart reliable to buy products? I have not bought anything personally from Concept Cart, but I have seen a lot of um reviews online for Concept Cart, and Concept Cart has been out for a very long time. Concept Cart is an Indian-based website. This is a company. I think they're sitting in Bombay or Pune. No, they're in Delhi. Where are they? Well, anyway, wherever they are, they do cater to a lot of people, and they're not only audiophile stuff. They have a lot of other accessories, like keyboards and whatever for your computer or for your tablets and all sort of stuff. They do have, I think, all right, sort of refund policies or replacement policies and all that sort of stuff. Uh, Desert Cart, on the other hand, as far as I know, is a sort of a they deal with overseas stuff, and overseas stuff is kind of sensitive. You don't really you don't get the option of return and replace and all that sort of stuff. So that's what I've heard about Desert Cart. Then again, I've never used either of these, but I have spoken to the guys at Concept Cart. I am officially an affiliate of the for the guys at Concept Cart. So if you click on the link in my descriptions from Concept Cart, I usually get an affiliate cut, and whatever I get from that usually goes to support the channel, of course. But I think they can be trusted. I've not had or seen any need to not trust them. From what I've heard from people, I've spoken to people who bought from them also. They're also really happy to deliver the stuff. If you have a problem and it's within replacement, they do that, so it should be fine. Uh, Moving on. Concept card is trusted as a card. Don't know. Okay, thanks. Man, Pratik, you're basically a damn good. You're like my interpreter. Like you summarize what I say very well. Like Pratik, I said concept card is trusted. Desert card, don't know. He said what I said in 2 minutes in 6 words. Thanks, Pratik. I have good experience from the audio store. Okay, yeah. So the audio store also is. I've recently become an affiliate of the audio store as well. I've heard good things about audio store as well. In fact, they approached me some many months ago, and I was hesitant, but I read up on them. And after I saw that they were pretty reliable, I uh, I signed up with the audio store as well. So they are I think trusted people. Yeah, they're in Delhi. Thank you. Yep, audio store, the concept car, also do some audio like headphones on. Okay. Very good experience with concept card bought and I am from there. I've seen people more happy with concept card than headphones on. Oh, okay, that's interesting. That I did not know. Um yeah, cool. So yeah guys, I think we're kind of done for the day. I've not had too many people come and ask too many questions. Then again, there's not much I can offer that way. Limited knowledge on limited things, as it should be. Always happy to learn new things. But yeah, coming to this thing, I'm most likely going to let you guys know about all the stuff that I'm selling within the next 2 weeks tops. I think some of you are interested in the stuff, so I need to figure out some sort of thing where I can send you guys, whoever's interested in buying something, some sort of a email to confirm that you're interested, to really confirm it, because again, I don't want to be, I don't want somebody to buy these things who doesn't know that they're not getting warranties. It should be well understood. So the base heavy vocals. Okay. You have only one item. Who has one item? Abraham is the blue one, base heavy. Cake Adorn. Can you suggest best TWS for wide soundstage? What's your budget? Raisel. Dude, guys, if you guys don't know who Raisel is, for the last few weeks, I think he's been commenting on my videos or shorts saying exactly this, attendance check. And every time I see this, I have a good laugh. How are you, man? Nice to see you here. Cake around 5,000 with good soundstage. I'd say stretch to 5,999, and look at my review on the JBL Tune Beam 2. Look at my comparison on the Tune Beam 2 also with the Realme and the Oppo and the OnePlus. If you're looking for wide soundstage with spatial audio on, JBL is doing some really good stuff. This what they've done with the Tune Beam 2 is properly good for spatial audio. A lot of other brands are just doing a slight different tuning to play around, but these guys have really worked on it so well that you can't even look at the BBK earphones if you're looking for soundstage. They're okay, but the JBL does give you that sense of things coming from you, further away. It's a very good one. So yeah, check out my reviews on the JBL Tune Beam 2. Affiliate link in the description if you want to support the channel. If you don't, no problem. Just go wherever you want to and buy it. No problem. One set of every item. So you saying Bolt approaching. Yes, Raj, you are correct. Waiting for the OnePlus Buds Pro 3 is price lower down. Okay, thanks, Cake Dawn. No problem, Avatar Boy. Avatar Boy, hi, long time. I'm seeing you after a very long time, I think. You didn't come for the last live also. How are you? Thoughts on the XM6? I mean, I briefly spoke about this. I've not reviewed it. I've not got my hands on the XM5 or XM6. Um, you'll have to rely on other people's reviews. I really don't know what they're like. I'm sure they're good. They're feature packed and all. Pretty sure like Sony's are. Sound wise, again, I don't know because I've not reviewed them. I've been approaching Sony for years. I've just given up on that because I've really tried my level best for Sony reviews, but it's impossible to get my hands on their stuff. I guess I just don't have the numbers they want. Yeah. So, are we guys done? Can I go and have my dinner? I think we're pretty much done for today. But guys, yeah, remember what I said, that I'm getting this organized to sell the stuff. Raj, I got you, man. I think we'll figure it out. I think I know what you're after, so I'll try and keep my mind keep that unit. I now see another thing is why I'm going to take a while is I want to make sure all of these products are working properly. If some of them are not working, I cannot put them up for sale or whatever. So I will let you guys know. Um, I have KZ Caster Harmon Edition and I'm using the standard dongle. Will DAC be better? I presume you're saying. Uh, well, usually a dedicated DAC amp, which is a good one, usually makes a difference. But you're saying you have a KZ Caster. Man, the stuff in the 2000 range, I've not heard stuff that's too transparent to really benefit a big deal. But yeah, it makes a difference. I think the most transparent one I heard was the Cadenza at 2999. Um, but yeah, I mean, if you have a good dongle DAC, you will benefit because then the next set of IEMs you get that are more premium will be better suited to a better dongle DAC. Just wanted to say that the Soundcore Q20 are going great. Thanks for the Oh, nice. Hi, Rico. Uh, You're welcome. I'm glad you like them. I think my friend also has the Q20 eyes. I heard, hey, man, anything Soundcore. In fact, I need to start reviewing Soundcore products. Let me see if I can get in touch with those guys uh, and see if they're willing to send me demo units. Um, Save the earphone profile for me, please. Oh, I don't know if I'm selling that because it's not a very new. It's not a new set that I've got. Let me see. When did I come out with that review? Because man, I don't want to sell something that might have a faulty battery or something, because these are the batteries diminish, whereas IEMs are good to go, so I don't want to send you guys something unboxing the 8 months ago. Yeah, so I don't think I'll be selling that. In fact, I use them every day. It's kind of my daily driver. They're somewhere here. They're a very nice set, but uh, the chance of the battery giving up on you, I don't want to put you guys in that situation. Yeah. Where was I now? Yeah. Dak, yeah. Have you committed tea or coffee? Oh, no, I didn't finish the tea. How come my wife's not here today? Normally she's in the chat. Avatar boy, I'm wearing a watch by Brew. It's the Brew Retrograph. Would you like to look at it up close? I don't mind showing it to you. Actually, I've gotten a lot of comments in my videos, unboxing and otherwise, of people trying to figure out what watches I'm wearing. I usually put two and two together. People who are into audio or audiophiles are also uh, sort of watch enthusiasts. So it's quite funny that a lot of you guys ask. When you mentioned dinner, please go have dinner. Thank you. No, no, I'm cool. I was just joking. I'll go and have my dinner anyway. Soundcore makes some damn good products. Yes, you're absolutely spot on. I think we'll get in touch with them. Yeah, Fun Air Pro 4 worth for 6K. Yes, it is worth it for 6K. I saw it the other day at around 8,000 or 7,999. If you're getting it for 6K, it's a very good deal. K Karan is audio cooler, weird name. D07 good for KZ Cast. Yeah, it is. I'd say it's a very good capable DICAM. Thinking of buying Kane RU6 R2R. Wow, what a let me type this in and see what this is. I don't even know what this is. RU6 R2R. RU6 is wow, it's going for 14 grand. Or the R2R. Yeah, I don't see this on the Headphone Zone website. But yeah, if you're looking at dongle DAX in this price range, you can't go wrong, man. Usually, I found uh, so a lot of the affordable stuff is not built to last, which is why your D07 by Audio Killer and all that. I've seen a lot of reviews that they've packed up, not working, cable snagged, all that sort of stuff. These higher end things like Cayenne and all are usually built very well and they're very robust, so it's worth the investment, I'd say. Especially on a sound front, it's not just durability, but it'll be very clean sounding and powerful as well. I've not read up on it. I've not reviewed it, but if you're looking at stuff in that price range, you should be good to go. Please send to you Testura D minor. Yes, I did have somebody here who asked me about those. I think I should figure out if I can get a demo unit. Make good stuff, but never did the marketing it needed in Indian market. Yes, I think they've had a marketing issue. Every pro player is afraid of their wife. Avatar, you also watch this? Yes, I am. Absolutely. I've got a few. SIM got deduction and an upgrade from KZ Caster. I've Cake Adorn. I've not tested the KZ Caster, but I think the EW300 is a upgrade for anything. If you're coming from the 2000, the 2K price range IEMs, the EW300 really is a beautiful set of IEMs. They've done a very good job. Avatar Boy, no, I have not tried Tribute speakers yet, but I have heard good things about Tribute and Earfun. Um Wired IEM for sleep on side. Hitchhiker, I don't know. I have not tried it, and I would not recommend it. Never sleep with something in your ear that will be there for over 2 hours. It's not a good idea for your health. Uh, I wouldn't recommend it. I'd say maybe like, man, you know what I've been doing? I've got this JBL speaker. For that matter, I was using the Torso speaker before, and I'll play it at a very soft volume at night. Just to calm down, have a sound going on. It's better to do that than have something in your ear. If you're looking at putting something in your ear, look at something open. I think Sony had something called the Link Buds S or something with a hole in it. It had a very different kind of driver, an open one. Um, as long as there's air that can go into your ear, that's fine. Sealing it is not safe for your health, so I would not recommend listening to uh, IEMs, or should I say, closing your ears through the night is not recommended. Or even if you're doing something like that, what people do is they use earplugs. And usually, when you want to use earplugs, it is not recommended to use silicon ones. You're better off using foam earplugs, because those foam earplugs will block noise, but because they're foam, they do let in a certain amount of air. So there's kind of ventilation in your ear. So that is safer to do as well. Moving on, Rezil, I don't know. I can't read your message. It's all distorted. Hitchhiker, hi. What are you saying? 25. Yeah, man. I wouldn't say put IEMs in your ear for that long. Swapnil, heard the RU6 paired with IE600, and it sounds damn good. It is the same IEM with Sonata and difference day and night. So I would suggest. Okay, there you go. Yeah, that's a good suggestion. Need a guide to understand, and then customer just EQs. Abhijay, I've got just go to my channel, Paul's POV, and search for how to EQ. I think I've mentioned how to understand the EQ and how best to tune it. A lot of people do the wrong thing and just boost everything to plus 10, plus 12 dB. That's not the way to do it. But just look at that video. It should give you a good idea, and it's all about doing it yourself. No, a lot of people used to say, please share your EQ and all. No other person's EQ, which is optimum for them, will work for everybody else. You need to do this yourself. Watch that video, how to EQ earphones, on my channel. It should give you a better idea. KZZS10 is available on 2K clearance. So should I get it? Yeah, ZS10 is fine. I like the no, not the ZS10. Which one did I like? KZ ZS N Pro. No, the ZS10 was also good. I think I've reviewed the ZS10 also. Let me just check. Hang on, sorry. I'm forgetting things now. Jeez, I've actually reviewed a lot of IEM, so I don't remember what I've reviewed. KZ ZS10. There's a friend. Yeah, I did the KZ ZS10 Pro. A friend of mine, in fact, let me borrow those for review. I like the ZS10 Pro. I'm not sure about the ZS10 by itself, but yeah, for 2K, I think those were 5 grand or 6 grand worth IEMs. Yeah, I'd say it'll be awesome. For 2K, it's a deal. Raj, hi. Why spend 14K on a portable DAC? That's overkill for budget IEMs and still underpowered for heavy gear. For IEMs, go budget. For demanding set, go desktop. Makes sense. Yes, makes sense. That makes sense. Getting the in betweens. So that's the one thing that I've done with my audio journey is I've usually not skimped. For that matter, I never had a proper headphone DAC. Never had a proper headphone amp. So eventually, what I did was I saved up and bought the Shitlier 2 that you see here. It's, I think, one of the most powerful headphone amps that has ever been made. It's some 6 watts at 32 ohms output, which is mad powerful, and it's a tube amp. So I knew I didn't want to skimp on the amp, and then at the time I was only using my portable FIO X5. Later on, I was like, man, I don't want to get something in the 5, 8, 10, 15K price range, and I got the topping D50S, which is actually a very nice little DAC, very capable, and I've had it for years now. I think I bought it in 21. Uh, so it'll be about 4 years old now, and I shuffle it. It's between my studio and my stereo room, stereo listening setup. So it works very well. But yeah, I agree with you. Does Earphone Air 4 have good soundstage as compared to JBL Tune Beam 2? It's normal, but I'll say the JBL Tune Beam 2 with spatial audio is superior. It's got a wider stage. I'm going to say something. Don't tell me, but it's some very cryptic stuff coming from Rezil. It's like, have you heard about Xiaomi 15 Ultra and Xiaomi Buds 5 Pro? They have Qualcomm expand support Wi-Fi sound. Oh wow! The Buds connect to Wi-Fi and you get 2.2 megabits. Wow, that's fantastic. So this is the future. I have not heard about this specifically. This is definitely something that needs to happen in the audio world, especially for high-res folk. But see, as great as this statistic is of getting 2.2 Mbps bandwidth, will make absolutely no sense if the brand is skimped on the hardware. If you have a shit driver, what's the point of feeding it that much data, or should I say, whatever, a signal, if it's going to spit out rubbish anyway, which is what's happening with a lot of stuff. Like for the Realme Buds Air 7 Pro supports LHDC, which does what, 1 point something MB, or no, yeah, some 1024 kbps. The driver itself is not able to translate that kind of data into an analog signal because it's rubbish. It's not able to do that at all. So let's see what Xiaomi does. Ibrahim, thank you. 70% of what I receive will go towards the towards supporting the channel. Thank you so much. That's very sweet of you. Thank you. Um, Next one. Dhanwant. Hi, Paul. Great content in the channel. Thank you. Keep going. By the way, what teachers will be the best after using Oppo Enco Air 2 Pro? Dead after a couple of years. Difficult, man. The Oppo Enco Air 3 is the next best thing. But now the Air 3 is also old. I think the Air 4 is going to come soon. It has been launched in markets abroad. But I will also say, check out my review. I've done a comparison between the Oppo Enco Air 3 Pro, Realme Buds J7 Pro, OnePlus Buds 3, and JBL TuneBeam 2. The JBL TuneBeam 2 is a very capable set of earphones. If you want to try it out, if you want to buy it, first watch reviews, how it's broken down. If you want to watch mine, great. You want to watch others, great. And of course, if you want to buy it, I've got an affiliate link. If you want to buy it from there, do so. If you don't, no problem. Buy it from wherever you will get a good deal. But yeah, check that out. Moving on. Both phone and buds need spotter. Yes. Tube amps are beautiful. Absolutely. The one I have is an absolute stunner. Uh, Abhijay, do I get a 1K DAC dongle for my 2K IMs? Yeah, you can. That's a good way to keep the budget down. Yeah. The Audio Killer D07 is actually a very capable DAC amp for the price. If you do any IM review, please add audio sample comparison. That way we can understand how IM sound like. Audio sampling, I don't think it makes sense, man, because it's the same thing. If I were to play back two speakers to you, first of all, it's going to be recorded on my setup. It's going to come onto my editing platform where I don't like to edit stuff. Then it's going to be heavily compressed when I load it up to YouTube, and then it's going to be played back. So audio samples, I've never really found the need to do. I know a lot of people do that to give you a general idea, but it's not a very accurate way of doing it, which is why I prefer breaking it down in words. That's why my sound chapter is as long as it is. So I avoid the sound samples for this reason, because compression is a bitch. It's not going to give you truth. It's not going to give you clarity. It's not going to give you detail. If at all, it's going to make everything sound very flat. In fact, what gets hit most are your highs and your mids. Bass might come through with compression, but some samples make no sense to me. I'm sure there are other reviewers who are doing this. I'm sure you can listen to some things from them as well. Sorry about that. Prithvi, hi Paul, would you be testing the newly launched, already much appreciated Keyfind Quantio. No, I don't think so. Do consider testing. I can write to the guys at Keyfine and ask them. I think they like sending me stuff. I'm not sure, but I will write to him and ask about that. So, but KZ discontinues the rest 10, so will it be a problem? My second choice is Caster Pro Base and Brute. They may have done that, but see, your main advantage, I think, if you buy the ZS10 right now, is if they are giving you a warranty on it. But then again, more premium stuff usually doesn't give trouble, you know, within a year. Most of these things, if you're careful, if you look after them, they last you a very long time. So I'd say that's, and the ZS10 I think is it will be more premium for its build and its sound compared to the Caster Pro. So it depends what you're after. If you're looking for something newer, go for the Caster. If you're looking for more premium sound, go for the ZS10. K Kedon, you should check out Soundpeats Capsule 3 Pro Plus XMEMS. XMEMS drivers or XMEMS microphones. Soundpeats Capsule 3 Pro Plus, that's a mouthful. 3 Pro Plus. I think I've reviewed these. Yeah, I've reviewed this. This. You can check out my review on this. I have reviewed it a while ago, in fact, 10 months ago. Does Twitter on earbuds matter? If you're talking about a separate driver, no, I don't think so. Having more drivers doesn't equal better sound. So just some must-hear testing audio tracks. Ah, man, I used to include music listening in my reviews. I've not been doing that, but yeah, I need to make a playlist and share with you guys. 45 grand for AZ100s? Are you sure? How can it be that much? Currently unavailable. That's a bit crazy if you ask me. It's a little too expensive. AZ100s. Yeah. Avatar boy, thank you. Thank you for the support. It's very sweet of you. Thank you so much. Oh, I never showed you my watch. Do you want to see my watch up close on the camera, or have you checked it out online already? What about gear setup and studio tour? Ah, this is my studio, Raj. You've got my headphones here. I've got some of my statues up here. I've got my cameras and lenses on this shelf, and statues and comic books up there. Some family photos and all. Here's my LS50, my Shitlier 2, my Shit Loki. Usually my topping D50S is there. Here's my tube amp, uh, my keyboard and stuff. This side is just junk. What you don't see in the camera is just, man, it's just hundreds of, it's just a mess, man. There's too many headphones and earphones here, uh, which is why I'm planning on selling a lot of these. So it's just taking up space. Avatar boy, yeah, here. So this is the. Sorry, guys, having a watch moment. This is the Brew retrograph, as you can hopefully see here. It's a very pretty watch. It's got a lovely face. It's got a 24-hour dial. It's got a the other side is a timer. The This is, yeah, like I said, the retrograph by Brew, and it's a, what's nice about this is it's a hybrid movement. It's both quartz and mechanical, in the sense the quartz mechanism works the time, of course, but then you've got this mechanical option for when you want to time your brew. For that matter, when you're sitting and making coffee and you want to do that, it's got all these nice markers for the 5-second intervals and all. So it's quite cool. And then you stop the mechanical movement there and you reset it there and it goes right back. Very pretty watch. Beautiful materials used. They've definitely done a nice job. Even with the strap, I really like that they've got the little coffee bean over here as well to show that it's from Brew. it's it's a micro company still, but man, the level of quality on the strap, on the face, at the back, very nice. Genuinely beautifully done. They've really done a good job with this watch for sure. Yeah, never thought I'd be talking about my watches here. um, there you go. And then moving on, where was I? I am under 10K. Hi, Vijay. New DAC Audiocular Spark. Okay, I've not reviewed that. Best IAM under 10K. Vijay, check out my review on the OD200 versus Meze Alva versus SM4. Those are the cool ones I've recently reviewed. I'm fine, Rezel. Thanks. Uh, Suman, if beginner wants to buy IM in concept card, good. Because they have policies that you can get any defective, you have to send them. Plus, they don't have customer care number. Oh, but I've heard that they do have replacement and all, and they usually respond via email. I don't know if they have a number you can connect, but you can talk to them via email. There's junk and there's man stuff. Yeah, yeah. So my stuff here is not junk. It is all audio stuff. So it's there. You're selling Capsule 3 Pro Plus. 3 Pro Plus, I don't think I have. Let me see audio products that I have listed so far. Soundbeats. I don't think I have. No, I've got a Soundbeats Pop Clip, Air 5, Pearl Clip Pro, and Breezy. I don't have the 3 Pro Plus. I think I don't have it. I think I promised it to somebody or something. I don't have it with me. Look like Heisenberg watch. Oh, kinda. I like the shape. It's sort of square. If you like watches, you can check out Daily Watch Company as well. Yes, I've seen some of their stuff. Anyway, guys, chalo, I think it's time to sign off now. It's been a fun live, and like I mentioned, keep an eye on my community tab for that announcement I made, and I will come out with a video as well, so we can, of course, connect on that and figure out how to go about it. I just want to make sure that nothing bad happens. I don't want you guys to get units that might give up and have you guys get upset with me or something. So I'll figure that out. I need some sort of disclaimer. I'll figure it out. Maybe I'll ask Chat GPT to help with some sort of disclaimer in an email, and I'll take it from there. So anyway, guys, thank you again for today's live. I'm trying to be a little more regular with the lives. I think you guys do like it. I enjoy it too. It's fun chatting with you guys. And of course, yes, I have marked you present, Razil. Thanks, man, for being here. And Cake Adon, I usually don't respond to personal questions. So, yeah. But anyway, cool, man. Guys, thanks for being here. And I'll see you in the next live. Keep an eye out for the community tab. And listen to your music safely, carefully. Let your ears breathe. Don't listen to loud music. Please protect your ears. And I'll see you in the next live. I've got a video that's going live this Friday, which is those earphones I spoke to you about. So I might do a live on Monday, I think. So I'll see you guys there. But anyway, all the best. Happy dreaming and listen to your music responsibly. And of course, thanks for tuning in for some sound advice.